Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby y'all. 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 The vibes. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on. If you like all the hip hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shea Baby's bringing to the table, make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes. Yes, sir. We are here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's Monday. Get up in the chats. Let me see who's on. I shout you out. We talking about it today. It is Monday. Yeah. Yes, sir. It's early. See, I got my Knicks shirt on. Earl Monroe, wife, gave this to me. Shout out to her. Mariza, the SBTV version. Yeah. Fire. Got the Knicks hat on. Yo, look. I'm from New York, fam. Yeah. I'm from New York, fam. That's a fact. Even though I'm a Celtics fan, I ain't gonna hold you. Word to mother. I am a Celtics fan. I said before I went with the Celtics. 2007. Yeah, 2007 I ran with the Celtics. So yeah, that's a fact. Shea baby. Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the building. Wallace was goody. Hey shit. Wallace was popping. Yeah. Shea baby. That Merkai TV. What's up, my boy? I know you're talking another language. I don't know what he's saying, but all right. Yeah, Shea baby. It's lit tonight. Today. I can see everybody's popping up early. That's what I'm talking about. Nah, it's one of them shows, man. You know, we on day 9. We got day 9 of the Diddy Kate trial. They back at it again this week. We're going to see what happens with Diddy this week. I got some smoke for you. Hey, Marquis. How you doing, boo-boo? What's poppin'? How you doing? It's early. That's a fact. Mark keeping the building. Fordham Road is in the house. Yeah, baby. Fordham Road is in the house. That's a fact. Yeah, so, like I said, I'm from New York, man. You know, it's only right that, I guess, I show some love to the Knicks because at heart, I'm a real diehard Knicks fan. Yes, sir. New York. 100%. 100%. Shout out to people from New York, too. Yeah, New York is the place to be, man. You know, I always figured one day I was like, yo, can I ever leave New York? I don't think so, man. Because, you know, when I go visit other states, right, I'm happy. I have, you know, it's comfortable. You know, I'm enjoying what's going on. But then I want to get back. When I get back, when you touch down in New York and you see them rats running across the street, you see the mud all dirt all in the roads, but the rent is $7,500 a month. You know you living comfortable. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know, man. I think like I might be a New Yorker for life, and that's a fact. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. New York City is the place to be. You know, everybody at some point, you know, they say, no, I want to come to New York City. They're like, no, we want to get out of the city for a little while. You're like, no, I want to come to the city. That's crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Clem's in the building too, dropping these crazy kid emojis. But hey, everybody's doing something out here, right? Let's talk about it. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I got some smoke for y'all today, of course. You know, it's the news. Another week. These guys are always at something, man. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's not play. Oh, yeah, my girl Roxanne.
This is Roxanne Shante, and you're watching SHEABABYTV. Please believe it.
Please believe it. Shout out to the GOAT, the legend, Roxanne Shante. Yeah, baby. Roxanne. Matter of fact, should we play her song real quick just so y'all can get a little vibe of who she is? Let's give her some burn real quick right now since she showed us love this weekend. Let's see. No, just want to see it like that. All right, let's see if Roxanne Shante. Let's see what her song sounds like so the people can see who she is. Roxanne Shante. Let's see what her songs is. Let's go to her mix. They got a Roxanne Shante mix.
Box continues with one of the hottest lady rappers on the music scene. Here's Roxanne Shante and Roxanne's Revenge.
Shout out to Roxanne Shante. Let's get it. This is real hip hop boom bap shit. Y'all don't know nothing about this. Shit, baby. Yeah.
I just a cold rocker party and I do this show. I said I met these three guys and you know it's true. Let me tell you and explain them all to you. I met this dude with the name of a hat. I didn't even walk away, I didn't give him no rap. But then he got real mad and he got a little tired. If he wasn't for me,
oh yeah, your man SHEABABY goes back to them days too. So shout out to Roxanne Shante for showing us love. That's a fact. Look at her ass right now.
This is Roxanne Shante, and you're watching SHEABABYTV. Please believe it.
That's crazy. We just saw her rapping as a baby. Shout out to her, man. 100%. Yeah, that's the originators. That's a fact. All right, so your man Boozy. So Boozy, this is crazy to me. So Boozy, you know, he got a couple lawsuits out there against him right now. He's going to court for a few things out there right now. So, you know, he's in court. But you know what? You got to give it to court, to Boozy. If you think he's a criminal, you're out of your mind. This nigga's a doctor.
Kingdom Heritage University, we're here to honor you. We're here to honor you. Your pain has not been wasted. Your platform has a purpose. Your legacy is just beginning. We know your name as Lil Boosie. Heaven will not know you as Dr. Hat.
Hereby conferred upon Turn House Jr. this degree in Doctor of Philosophy, PhD in music composition.
2 honorary degrees to Dr. Hat.
I just want to say thank you, man. I mean, I really appreciate it. I ain't never been gave nothing like this, so I really appreciate it.
If you love bullshit, I say we love you, bullshit. This degree in Doctor of Philosophy, PhD.
Say we love you, Boozy. Yeah, baby. So, I don't know. What y'all think? Could y'all let Boozy work on y'all? I mean, like he said, he's a doctor. I mean, like, what is he doing? Is he doing, you know, open heart surgeries? Is he like a regular doctor? You know, he got, you seen him when he graduated. Look at him. He got the bracelets on. Is he going to be at work with the chains on, the bracelets? Yeah, shit, baby. kind of crazy if you ask me, man. You know, I don't know. I kind of feel like he deserves it. If he went to college, spent his money on a degree, and he passed the test and everything like that, he deserves it. Now, was he really in school for 8 years? You know, we saw Puff Daddy get a degree. We saw, not Puff Daddy, who was it? We seen numerous rappers get degrees out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know if these are fake degrees. You know, you just donate the money to the institution, and then they just give you the, you know what I mean, the degree. I don't know. A doctor is something, you can't fake those type of degrees. That's dealing with people's lives. I kind of feel like Boozy earned it. I kind of feel like Boozy earned it. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like Boozy earned it. He had to. Ain't nobody gonna put their life in their hand of a man with a fake doctor's degree. That's a real degree, y'all. I think so. That's a fact. It's a doctorate. Yeah. But yo, let's hold on. It is a doctorate. But he's on the internet. This is what's funny. He's saying like, yo, he's a real doctor. I was in his live 2 days ago. He said he's a real doctor. Yeah. Dr. Boozy, write me down. Surgeries. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think it's a degree where you can open up practices to do that. I don't know if he can do the operations. I think he's one of them doctors that come in, hit you on the knee, take your temperature, stuff like that. I don't know if he's doing surgeries. I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's crazy. He can get the different fields. You can get, yes. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to my man Ken James in the building. Shout out to Ken James in the building. That's 100%, man. Ken is bad. Ken, you see I got the Knicks outfit on today. I did this for you, Ken. So Ken DMs me. Ken DMs me. Me and Ken are old friends from way back. Me and Ken, we play basketball, you know, at lunchtime, 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, you know, go inside, sweaty, pause, you know, and go right back to class. This is when we like 10, 11. That's how way back me and Ken James go. Shout out to him, he's family. So, Ken DMs me. He's like, Shay, come back home. Yeah, Shay, baby. He's like, Shay, come back home. I can't, not yet. But I put this on today because I just wanted to show you guys that in heart, I am a Knicks fan. I wouldn't have the outfits. I wouldn't have the hat. I wouldn't. Earl's wife, Monroe's wife, made this for me. This is SBTV version. You see it, look. Earl Monroe. Look, I got the toy right here. From Earl. Look. Come on. We went through this. You can't tell me about the Knicks. Please. Do me that solid. Don't tell me about the Knicks. Ken James can because he's from the town and we from the same area. I know he came up off the Knicks. Because where we from, the Knicks is everything. Everybody in our town walks around with Knicks on. Yeah, baby. As soon as they started getting a little motion and started moving around the town where I'm from more, you started seeing niggas like, you know, my man Courtney Abrams, you know, my man John that cut hair, my man Jonas. You start seeing them, like as you get older, your friends start moving around with them, start doing their own business with them, start moving with them. So everybody's wearing Knicks outfits where I live at. Because they live in the town. They interact with the niggas in the town and give them clothes. You know who rocks with the Knicks. Yeah, baby. Hey, Patricia. What's good, boo? Let's roll her out. Shout out to Phil Green, too, over there on Facebook. What's good, family? Shay, baby. All right, so like I said, the Knicks is all through the town. So the Knicks, yeah, the Knicks is the Knicks. But it don't take away. Hey, Patrice, you welcome. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, too. I hope you did your thing yesterday. King Fire, what's goody? Harlem Romeo, what's poppin'? Shape baby. Oh, Harlem Romeo, I'm glad you popped up. You actually made it easy. Wait, but hold on. Before we get into that, like I said, look, they got my father and Earl Monroe right there. My two sons in the front. Number one and the little guy with the book bag. Those is my boys. You see Mel over there, number 12? He's number 20 in the country right now. Oh, yeah, it's real. That was Jadakiss Elite. Yeah, shake baby. Oh, yeah, it's real. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all can't tell me I'm wrong for being a Celtics fan. Y'all forced me to this. Shake baby. Y'all forced me to this. Which leads me to this. Did what he said he was going to do. Now, he said they're guaranteeing that the Celtics come back and win the series 4-3. I don't know, man. I'm not going to... Like I said, I'm a Celtics fan. I ran with the Celtics 2007, 6, 7, and 8. That's when I became a Celtics fan. I ain't going to lie to you. I like that Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett team with Paul Pierce and Rondo. And Rondo's one of my favorite guards ever. I just love the way he plays. You're born in 75 and up, right? You're on your way out of here. You're approaching 50, 60. The Knicks will never win. You'll be in the casket before the Knicks win. My pops, rest in peace to him. He passes away in September. He got a chance to see the Knicks win. Earl Monroe's his man. He's at the championship game. He's chilling with Earl. Yeah, shake baby. He gets to see that. Not me. I don't see the Knicks do nothing. All I see is Patrick Ewing miss layups against Reggie Miller. Michael Jordan busting our ass.
That makes the play. And it was a scary thing watching the clock dwindle down as the big fella went into the paint area. The sea opened.
I remember thinking, he's gonna score.
I drove, laid the ball up.
I'm thinking, wow, this is, same thing is happening over again. We're gonna lose.
And I'm watching the ball going up. I see the ball hit Budu.
Okay. Did y'all just see that nonsense? How the hell can I be a Knicks fan? We talking 98 and this nigga's in there trying to jelly roll. Dunk the basketball, you bum ass nigga. Yeah, shake baby. Dunk the basketball, you bum ass nigga. You're the reason I'm out of there. Shake baby. I can't even wear this Knick outfit with pride, fam. Cause I know y'all gonna mess it up. I know it. Yeah, shit, baby. I gotta run with what makes sense. You know when you you see you got the hot hand at the dice game, you just keep going, right? But when you lose, you just leave. You're sick and tired of losing, right? Even in gambling, anything, you're sick of losing, right? You go the other route. You can't be that much of a loser that you just keep losing. Yeah, shit, baby. Harlem, he could have dunked it, right, Harlem? What a bum-ass nigga, man. Yeah. What a bum, fam. I'm serious, what a bum, fam. What a bum. I just don't get it. Just one flick of the wrist. Just a flick of the wrist. Why couldn't you come down with the wrist pause? Why did you have to try to jelly fam? The nigga tried to jelly fam finger roll it. What are we doing? How you trying to look pretty on the game winner? Shout out to Brooklyn Honcho. What's poppin'? Harlem. Me? I'm dunking that. I'm all in that rim. Pause. That's why I left and I had to go. I had to make my move. I had to take my talents to Boston, B, because them niggas want to win over there. I saw what was going on. Once I seen them bring Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, because look, I was always feeling Boston since Larry Bird and them back in the days. But I told you, my pops is cool with Earl Monroe. I felt like, I got to be a Knicks fan. I was raised with the Knicks. I was raised, my pops, only wore Lakers and Knicks uniforms. Only reason why my father even owned Laker uniforms was because his item was Elgin Baylor. That's the dude, left-handed. My father was left-handed. So left hand, he was a left-hand black guy who played on the Lakers, I think in the 60s or the 70s. I'm not sure. Maybe in the 50s. Maybe even in the 50s or the 60s. Way before my father's time, because you got to remember, my father idolizes him, so this got to be the 50s or the 60s. You know what I mean? So that's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. You know, I was telling a friend of mine about this the other day. This is what's so unique about my pops, that, you know, this is why I kind of like, you know, ever since the passing of him, you know, I'm seeing a lot of funny business of people that, they was all in the comments and stuff like that. You know, my pops did a lot for people. And when he left, nobody ever extends their hand to me. As much as we do for people, no one ever extends their hand to me. This is the nasty work that I don't like. So basically, you know, they get a chance to see the NBA championship from the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? They get to see the NBA championship. My pops is there. He's hanging out with Earl Monroe. You know what I'm saying? So they get a chance to see that. We don't. Like I said, if you're born in 1975 and up, you're almost out of here. It's over for you to think that you will see a ring on a New York basketball player's hand in the past 50 years. You got to think about it. Yes, this team is talented. Yeah, this team is tough. But I'm going to tell you right now, DeMelo, Jeremy Lin, J.R. Smith, Chandler and them, they bust these dudes' ass. They can't do nothing with that crew. And that crew didn't even get out and do no crazy rounds. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, yeah, that crew's way better. They got Marn Shepard off the bench. Give me that Knicks team way before this Knicks team. 100%. The problem is, with that Knicks team, y'all know what the problem was. They run against LeBron in the Heat. Niggas won it. Y'all know who took the Knicks out, right? The niggas who won it. So like I said, the reason I left the Knicks is because of that bum-ass finger roll. Harlem, I wanted to show you this. We outside this summer, Harlem. We outside this summer, Harlem. So I'll be in the balling in Harlem. I'll be out there this year. You know, this is year number 2 for your boy Shay with Clash TV. You know, shout out to the Queen of Harlem. I'm going to be outside with them. Shout out to my man Voice of Harlem, too. That's my guy. Shout out to the Voice. That's my guy. See, what I love about Voice is a real one. You know, whenever I come in the park and Voice is on the mic, Voice make me feel like I'm him in that park. He's a real one. He's like me. If you're in the business, show love. Stop all the fake shit. That's a real one. I'm saying. But it's okay. We just gonna keep it moving. Shout out to my man Voice and the Queen. You know what I mean? If they ain't hating, you ain't doing nothing right. So that we doing something right. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Hunk too. Hunk, you know what the vibes is. That's a fact. Shit, baby. You ain't hating, you ain't doing nothing right. But I'm gonna tell you that ball in Harlem this year, I think they're giving out $200,000, and the championship is in the Barclays Center. So that's one of them tournaments. You guys should keep it ear to the streets and watch me this summer, because I'm gonna be, you know, I work with Clash and then Puma and stuff like that. So I'll be doing the commentating for the summer leagues. I love doing that, man, because it's like, you know, you could talk to LeBron James. You could talk to, you know, don't get me wrong, who wouldn't want to do that? Because, you know, once you start talking to guys like that, you know, your money's to the roof. We know that. We know that. But what I like about what I do is authentic. You're talking to niggas that, you know, they might love the game more than these guys. They just chose little routes that they didn't, you know, that they didn't cross the T's and dot the I's as much as these guys that's in the league. That's all. But these guys can play. They love the game. They love the sport. And they're out there in the summertime. And they're making a lot of money, man. You know, summertime basketball, you know, if you went to D1 college, you could possibly make $100,000 to $50,000 to $75,000 for playing for 2 months in the summer league basketballs in New York City. These hustlers and these dealers, they'll give you the bag. They'll give you the bag in these tournaments. That's a fact. All right, so I'll be out there. Shout out to the Queen of Harlem. I'll see y'all in a few weeks. No, about a month and a half, I think. About a month and a half. All right, let's stay on the Knicks for a minute. And then we're going to get into Lil Wayne, and we're going to get into Diddy. But I want to stay with the Knicks for a minute because I wanted y'all to see that clip of how it's not just me. It's not just me. It was, one thing before we get into that. I forgot about this. And I don't even know if I got that anyway. So we might move on from that. But this is crazy. Jadakiss and Styles got a weed strand coming out with a mixture of piff and sour. Check this out.
Sour piff. Mm-hmm. Was that the wave?
Yeah, I'm sour.
Sour piff. Yep. Yeah, I remember that. That's what's up, man. Those are beautiful eras. So
Ryan, what's goody? Shout out to Ryan Clifton.
Is dead, like there was genetic drift. Like why isn't it how it was? Unless you got this.
It's like Where's Waldo? Because everybody say they got the sour or the piff is a little much easier to locate. A real old school sour is hit or miss with everybody. Somebody will come and swear they have it and they unpackage it and it don't be it.
Word.
And it happens so much, it's discouraging now.
That was like it can't happen.
I went up to the hills though. I took a trip to North Cali and I actually met the originator of the haze. The dude that was growing it in Miami and sending it up to Dykeman.
Okay.
And he gave me that whole story. He happened to be chilling with the dude that originated sour.
Oh shit!
And he went to Emerson Junior High School. He lived in Yonkers back in it. So just that day, that trip was fucking like crazy for me. It was like unbelievable if he wasn't there.
I don't want to say it because it's early, but we got a sour and piff play coming with a very reputable, somebody very reputable in the stoner community.
Fire! Fire! Yeah, you know your boy Shay Baby be smoking that gas. You already know that. I'm going straight to the block for that when that drops. Because you know that's going to be gas. Piff and sour mixed, ultimate gas. Oh yeah, I didn't get the chance to show y'all this, but shout out to my man Soli. Shout out to Soli the jeweler. You know, they want me to do some promo for them. And look, your boy's in the mix, y'all. They got your boy, the little SBTV piece coming out, rose gold. Yes, sir. Yeah, baby. I don't even wear jewelry like that. But they like what I'm doing. They said they want me to do something for some promo. I said, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. So y'all see that in the streets in the next couple of weeks. Shout out to Soli. Yeah, Soli. You still in business. This is 20 years, man. 30 years. Fire. All right, so let me see. Let me see what I got. I wanted to show y'all that thing on my man Patrick Ewing, because Patrick Ewing, they got a little video out of him. They showing it like how he was just, you remember all of this? Remember Reggie Miller was doing this to Spike Lee? Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what they were doing to the Knicks back in 97, 98. And I had to go through all of that, man. Baby. I had to go through all of that. That's what I'm saying, man. It's not easy being a Knicks fan. Oh, yeah, shout out to Joel Santana. He's a fire right here. Those bags is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. So I put that on Instagram yesterday. Shout out to Dipset All Day, they page. We collab post on that, and we collab post on that post with I Can't Feel My Face page. Yo, the people are filling that book bag. Yo, man, I need a bag, B. Yeah. I need two of them. One for Lil Shay, too, man. Those bags is mean. I can't lie. Look at this. Look at them. Especially if you smoke gas. These is hard. Look. Oh, my God. Them bags is crazy. Shout out to Joel Santana, yo. They still doing it, man. The freshest dudes, you know, for a long time. You know, what Jim Jones say? Put that shit on. Yo, them dudes is wild, B. Shout out to Vamp Life, man. My man Dice Bezos, Key Streets. You know the vibes. That's a fact. So, yeah, man, I need one of them bags, B. I'm really thinking about it. I'm sitting here, I'm really thinking about it. Them bags is mean. All right, so let's jump. We might as well jump into this Lil Wayne smoke. Let's just not wait. Is Lil Wayne next? Is Lil Wayne next? Let me know. Shorty look thick, too. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I was telling a friend of mine this morning, I said, okay, Wayne, got you a BBW. I love it. I love it. And she from New York. I know she eat. Wait, what's that, Romeo? She had the food trucks, the Cucho Fritos? Yes. Shorty's alright. I ain't gonna lie to you, Wayne got him a little mommy. So, this is what his little mommy doing against him right now, though. Can Wayne be the next one now?
Text, like, and her birthday's next weekend, and I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. Like, when I tell you that I am absolutely unsure on how to even process my emotions, like, if y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them, because, you know, so, yeah, I know he has 2 girls being flown in today, and who knows how many plethora of girls he has. I've been nothing but supportive to this man, loved him till the end of the fucking world, but like, you literally flew me, uprooted me from New York City where I was living, and brought me here for this bullshit. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Like, these men really be taking advantage. And it's not just the emotional abuse, like, this man has actually laid a fucking hand on me. Like, nah. And I took it, you know what's crazy is they always say, like, we're so stupid for love, and I thought it was like a mistake. But, like, I know other women he's put his hands on. And today it's okay. We're about to go back to the house that we live in together with my fucking daughter. And we're going to see what really goes down because this is absolutely crazy and a new low even for him.
All right, so now, this is what I don't like. She got a lot of nerve going against my nigga Weezy. Yeah. This is Weezy. Shit, baby. This is Weezy. Now, what I don't like. And my daughter? You got a nigga paying for another nigga kid in the crib? Spending bread? I don't know if that's his kid. I don't think so. You know, I don't know. Is that? Y'all let me know. I don't think so. This girl wants money, 100%, man. 100%. This girl wants money reading books. Reading books, she want the bag. It's obvious. Reading books is obvious. All right, well, I got the smoke. Let's see what's going on.
After going down 0-2 on their home floor,
Oh,
the
there
Celtics...
it go. There it go. There it go, the Knicks. We're going to come back to that, though. I did find the Knicks smoke. We're going to come back to that, though.
Lil Wayne kicked his fiance and his girl out on Mother's Day. Let's see what's going on. Now, there's a reason we're covering this. I'm going to let you just as it goes on, before we get to the videos, you could pause and wonder what could have developed, because I don't really just do celebrity gossip just for the sake of, oh, no. There's always something behind it. So you could just pause and think, was it the kicking out, or what actually is going on? Why is he covering this? You'll find out in a moment. So this is a, message that she put up when she got kicked out. Breaking up with somebody on Mother's Day is diabolical. Prayers up, though. God always pulls me through. Walking in faith. White prayer hands. Let's get to the footage.
Okay, so for everyone DMing me about my story I posted, yeah, this is actually a fact. Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today. And I am just recovering from surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full mommy makeover. I can't even lift boxes, but this man has his assistants and people coming to help kick us out today. And broke up with me on Mother's Day through text.
And my birthday's next
and
weekend.
her birthday's next weekend. And I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. When I tell you that I am absolutely unsure on how to even process my emotions, if y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them, because So, yeah, I know he has 2 girls being flown in today, and who knows how many plethora of girls he has. I've been nothing but supportive to this man, loved him till the end of the fucking world, but, you literally flew me, uprooted me from New York City where I was living, and brought me here for this bullshit. That's crazy, you guys. These men really be taking advantage. And it's not just the emotional abuse. This man has actually laid a fucking hand on me.
Wow!
Nah. And I took it, what's crazy is they always say, we're so stupid for love, and I thought it was a mistake. But, I know other women he's put his hands on. And today, it's okay. We're about to go back to the house that we live in together with my fucking daughter. And we're going to see what really goes down, because this is absolutely crazy and a new low even for him.
Did you catch it? Yep. She's looking for lawyers. About to press charges for a lawsuit. I don't know if that's the right terminology. I think the right terminology is she is about to sue him. Sue him. There's a lot of details in this, so I'll try and go over as much as I can. The first thing I'm going to say is, innocent until proven guilty, but at the same time, I'm not saying what she is saying is false, because the thing about it, especially in this time, when the Diddy footage leaked, everybody, oh, Diddy innocent, when that footage dropped, that shit look crazy.
Crazy.
I'm not defending Diddy after that. Ain't nobody defending Diddy after that. I don't care if everything else is just fugazi or whatever the case may be. You got all of these things hitting you at once, and that the main lawsuit is coming from Cassie, and boom, you beating Cassie up on tape. So these things it's possible. That's the only thing that I'm saying. So he is not guilty, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say that she's lying. But if I had to pick, I would have to say you're gonna need more proof than a shiner on your face. Even in this picture, it looks like both eyes are pretty equal, but you know, when she gets to moving in the video, it's the left eye. It really shows the shiner and stuff like that, the kind of black eye. But this is the thing. I'm gonna just go through the minor details
Shout
very
out to
quickly. The
OTF
stuff
West
that
Side. What's
we,
goody?
as far as people who watch this channel, don't care about that much. You know, it is grimy to kick somebody out on Mother's Day, but the thing we have to keep in mind is we're not even getting her full side of the story. We're not even getting her full side, nonetheless, just one side. So we're not even saying, she's not saying what led up to this. She's not giving a play-by-play. She don't need to give us a play-by-play. It's really her business. Wayne ain't gonna give his side because Wayne don't know how to use a fucking phone. But there are two sides to it, and she's not even fleshing out what could have happened. We don't know their relationship. We don't know much about what's going on with their internal doings. This is actually the first I've ever heard from this chick since they got engaged with her. She just popped up out the woodwork, out the blue. But the thing I do know about Wayne is he's a freaky ass nigga with a lot of kids. He's had sex with a lot of celebrities. So Wayne has been hot since probably 2000, right? But as far as him being an adult, he's been an adult since
Let me pause that. Patricia's right. She's just mad. You know, we got the girls flying them in. She's mad. She's a New York joint. I already know what her vibes is. I don't know why Wayne thought he was going to throw her out and she don't run her mouth. She from the Heights, Wayne? You went to the Heights for this one, man. Baby love. He picked up a baby love, man. That's a fact. He picked up a baby love, man. 100%. Yeah, this is what you gonna go through. You know, you ain't gonna just throw no New York joint out there and call it a Nisha's in the building. Hey, Nish. Give Nish a rollout. Shout out to Nisha, sexy behind in the building early. Yo, Nish! You haven't showed us the feet since Thanksgiving. What's wrong with you? We looking for a pick by Freaky Fridays. We need another pick for Freaky Fridays, Nish. What y'all think? Should Nish send the feet in for Freaky Fridays this week? I think so. Dirty. That's a fact. All right, let's get back to these guys, man.
5, somewhere in that ballpark, 05, 06. So with him being, you know, an adult in that time frame, these are all women who he was with while he was an adult for the past 20 years. This is I'm not even going to kind of say 15. I'm not about to do the math. Yeah, that's 15 right there. And even then, there are people that you're not going to see on there. I'm pretty sure he smashed Yes Jules, and he smashed a bunch of other people who are notable figures. You know, 2 people who he's put his hands on, but why hasn't anybody said anything?
That's a fact.
See, the reason somebody like Joe Budden is hard to defend him is because he has a history. So when Charlemagne is trying to run a smear campaign on Joe Budden, he has Justin LeBoy, you know, whatever that dude's name is, the gay dude or whatever. He has him having a chick on his show, and it's Tahiri, and she's beginning to say stuff that she's never said in 20 years. Yeah, she might be running a play. Joe said, yo, we was beating each other up and stuff like that, so don't try and misrepresent it now like he was a victim. You really initiated a lot of shit. So when stuff like that happens, we can believe it because there's a track record and a history. None of these women on this list, and if I'm wrong, tell me who. In the comments, tell me who, because never heard no domestic violence allegations about Wayne. I heard that he's a grimy nigga. So this kicking out is on brand. He's a grimy nigga because he's a horny nigga. But that's about it. And that brings me to the major issue of this. You know, the way that she spoke of the hit, she spoke of it because she said like today, but then she said, you know, I thought it was a mistake. So she made it sound like it happened in the past. And the past could have been 3 days ago, or the past could have been multiple times or just one time, whatever the case may be. But it sounded like she was talking.
Patricia said this dude is helping her case out. That's a fact.
About the past. It sounded like the shit happened again. I don't know. I could be reading it wrong, but that's what it seemed like to me from the video. And the thing is, this is the funniest shit. It's like, to me, not that she got hit, but it's the funniest shit that a lot of chicks will see all the red flags. They will see all the red flags. They will know this is not a good
icy
dude.
mints.
But he got money and he got hot status, so it's like, why would I not put my life in this nigga's hands? Because of shit like this. That's why you shouldn't put your life in his hands, because even if he didn't hit her, he kicked her out on Mother's Day. And who knows? She could have been a fucking pain in the ass. She could have been cheating on her. Who the fuck knows? But it's still kind of grimy when you just look at just the optics. Damn, you kicked her out on Mother's Day. That's crazy. And you got 2 bitches flying out right now. That's crazy. But again, we don't know what could have been going on. We have no clue. We know you decided to stay with him after a 2-piece combo extra crispy, but also after knowing that he was also serving Popeye's 2 pieces to other women. But see, this is the thing. When you got status and you got a bunch of money and you high value and all this stuff, it's the same with cheating. Like, they not gonna go nowhere when you're cheating and stuff like that. But, you know, when we talk about 2 pieces and stuff, like a thigh and a drum is not gonna make them run. It's not gonna make them, but bro, a lot of these chicks, I see chicks endure so much beating, like on the internet, for less. The dude be a flat out bum. But the issue that I have with this, okay, so you know all this and he's wronged you and all that. If you do nothing, that's on you. Not tripping on that. If you press criminal charges,
Charles,
we got to take it to trial. It is what it is. But in any situation where you go and you try to get the money from a rich person, I'm always going to look at you funny. I'm always going to look at you funny. When a woman press charges on a rich dude for some type of relationship allegations, not a business dealer or anything like that, I'm always going to look at that shit as a finesse. I'm always going to look at it as a finesse. I'm sorry. That don't mean that he's innocent. You know, again, innocent until proven guilty. But what it does mean, you want the bag, you don't really want justice. But I seen something kind of crazy. I was looking up Wayne X. And just look at her.
Leah's in the building.
She say she was with him for 4.5 years.
Hey, Leah. Guys, don't get her. Leah's back. The cute Leah is back.
But the joint say that she was with him at 6 or something like that, as far as like the image that I put up earlier. Man, this is some old secretary, 52-year-old looking ass bitch. I'm sorry. What I seen first was a survivor note from her Instagram, but her Instagram is currently taken down. And remember, I couldn't read that post, but it was 2 months ago. This is 4 years ago, 5 years ago. You know, 2020, it says that she was working on a book. And I found a site that had some screenshots from her page. And this is her in the process of writing the book. It says exclusive. Oh, yeah, exclusively for everyone. This is from like 2020, right? Because it says January 2020. But, you know, as far as the 2015 and 2020, that's like, you know, these pictures were supposed to be taken within that time frame, right? So she's bruised up. And this is another one. You know, she's writing another caption that I'm not going to read, but she's also uploading a bunch of bruises. And I had no idea Wayne's dropped the Beats by Wayne headphones. I didn't know that was a company. I didn't know that was a brand. So, yeah, he beats white women because those are the two who made the allegations. You know, her allegations is not as widespread. You see, she deleted her Instagram 2 months ago, and I don't think that book dropped either. But this is the thing.
Book.
This is the thing. she stayed with him through all the karate. Like, so wait a minute. Did he start kicking you the last year, or did he start, like, kicking you
Green Tools,
out the
what's
gate?
goody?
Like, did he start the game off with a kick, like a kickoff in a football game? Did he start the relationship off with a kickoff, or did you begin to get karate kicked down the steps late in the relationship? That's the question.
First of all, you got to be cute as AF, cute as you know what to be a Shea Baby. So yes, Leah is a Shea Baby. Nisha, definitely Patricia, and definitely Michelle, and definitely Baby Love. Baby Love is on the PG-13 side, but she is a Shea Baby, 100%. Let's go.
Because
I'm just playing, Baby
she
Love.
put the whole
We
time
know you
frame.
23.
So if you was getting beat the whole time, what the fuck did you stand for? Like, come on, man. But when you get into that, it's like, oh man, no accountability, nothing. It's like, oh no, she was a victim. Oh no, how could you say that? He was probably forcing her to stay. Oh, it was the worst. Oh, you are a misogynist.
Paul, let me get this straight, Paul. Yes, you're right, Paul. I don't have a type. I ain't gonna lie. I don't. And no, but I'm gonna tell you, that's good. I don't like people that stereotype people and have a type. I don't like them skinny. I don't like them, BBW, in between. I like them all shapes. I'm not gonna lie, that is true. Because really, to me, it's who you talking to is really what's inside. So if, I can live with the outside, then the inside is really what counts. And if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. But I am talking about the soul. But I'm talking about all the souls. So yes, you're 100% right, Paul. 100%.
How could a woman ever be responsible for anything in her life at any point in any situation where a man is in the wrong? No, it is the fact that he is wrong, and that is where it stops. He is wrong.
Yeah, Patricia. She said that's us, the Shea Babies. Yeah, we said this, what, 5 months ago. Michelle said, yeah, I like that. That's cute. So I said, okay, we're going to stay with that. That was, Nisha came up with that. That's a fact.
He is wrong. He was beating her, and he was wrong. He was
the
wrong.
Baddies.
And she couldn't do nothing about it. She couldn't call the police. She couldn't call Ron Quell or fucking Bradley, whatever her brother's name is, that fucking shoots deer all fucking summer and shit, and geese every fall. No, she couldn't get the fuck away. She couldn't just walk out the crib. No, she stuck around. She had to stay around because he was forcing. You can't say nothing in these situations, man. You can't say nothing. So it's oh man.
Paul, we gonna get there, Paul. The Shea Babies.
That's the truth.
Definitely.
Like, what you always gotta ask, what made you stay? Why were you staying? And the answer could be, he was possessive. He wasn't letting me. That could be the answer. That's the answer for some women. That's the answer for but it's not the answer for all, because I've seen these situations up close and personal. It'd be Stockholm syndrome. I done seen a dude get put in jail after hitting a chick with the 80-piece combo, bruh.
I mean, you should go to jail.
She coming to the jail crying to visit.
Hold on.
She won't test.
He said he seen a nigga go to jail for giving a girl an 80-piece combo. You should go to jail for life if you give a woman an 80-piece combo. That's you tried to kill her. You tried to kill her. Yeah. An 80-piece combo? Nasty shit, baby.
Testify, bro. For her own beating, she wouldn't testify, bro. I don't even think that's how it worked, but she wouldn't cooperate. Whatever the case was, he got off with the shit. And yeah, like, she went straight back to him. It was the shit that I'm talking about on a personal level. It took a lot of people to peel her away from dude who was beating the shit out of her. Like, other people had to stand up for her, put their life on the line, and she still went back to the dude. So you could look at the shit that I said and say, oh, it's insensitive, and oh, it's a. It's some women going through some situations like that, but there are other situations, and it's a lot of situations where women is actually willfully getting karate kicked, bro. Willfully being a motherfucking rubber dummy and shit like that. But anyways, the last point I want to make before we get out of here is at the end of the day, she didn't press charges. She didn't go and get them locked up. She didn't even make a lawsuit, which is cool, I guess, but she wanted to capitalize off of it by writing a book. So 2 white women, off top, 2 white women. I don't give a fuck if the other one is Latin. Like, if you know, bro. Like, fucking cockazoid. But, yeah. Anyways, 2 white women. 2 white women, right? And both.
All right, he's carrying on too long. But listen, Lil Wayne, I'm looking at this like this is nothing. You know, he just kicked out. You know what I mean? She has no bruises on her. You know, this is nothing for Wayne. But if I'm Wayne, I don't know if I can let her back in the crib because I see what type of BS she could be on now. Because you went live? Nah. She's one of them. She's drama. Wayne, you got to get rid of her. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, Wayne. It might be tempting. She looks real thick. I can't lie. I didn't get to see her body. This is my first time even seeing this girl. I didn't even know who she was. But she looks thick. Look at the picture right here. She looks stacked. Yeah, that looks like a good look for Wayne. I can't lie. She look like she's stacked. So, I mean, at this point, it's safe to say, y'all, that Shorty's going for the bread. I say she's going for the bread all the way. I think she's mad. You know, she thought Mother's Day, Wayne was going to give her a Birkin bag, buy a G-Wagon or something. She got the daughter there. The daughter's mad. You got the daughter going through this, seeing through all of this. See, now, if you would just have your own crib and just, you know, get on your own swag and not trying to live with a dude, you wouldn't have to worry about this. You know, that's why I said I respect the women out there that are single and do this on their own because, no, that's not the goal, but they're not laying down. You're not going to just say, I'm just going to lay here, get on Section 8 and say, hey, hope a nigga come and save me. No, these girls are grinding, getting to it, taking care of it. And if the deadbeat dad don't want to be around, F them. Yeah. I love those type of women. They're strong women. Now, I'm not saying this is what men, you know, because sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes things don't work out. You know what I mean? But you still can't just be trying to go live with man after man and so pay your bills and doing all of this. You know, you got to get your own place, be stable. And I guess, you know, at that point, you can't move to the crib unless the nigga marry you. No prenup and nothing like that. Once you got a 14-year-old daughter, you can't. Now you got to, where's she going to school tomorrow? You say you live there. So she was going to school in the neighborhood or something? Where Lil Wayne lived at? You going back to New York. Now she's going back to Kennedy. Now she's going back to Kennedy in the Heights. Yeah. Let me know. That's what I mean. Shout out to the women. It's Mother's Day. You know, you say he kicked you out on Mother's Day. You know, the mothers that's doing the right thing, that's paying their own bills, that don't got a nigga paying for them, got to go to work the next day in the morning, they don't want to hear that shit. They like good for you. Yeah, it's dead once you go live, Patricia. Once you let the world know, it's over. You blew it up. Then you told them, she said, if y'all got a good lawyer, let me know. And then after that, she said, now we're going back to the crib and me and him are going to talk about this. Talk about what? You just said you're looking for lawyer help. The fuck out of here. You can't even get on the past the gates. And I'm going to tell you, Wayne wasn't feeling the little girl like that neither for him to throw her ass out of there too. Because usually you have sympathy like, nah, I ain't going to do that to her on Mother's Day. Got the daughter with her. I let her know tonight, you got to be out of here by in the morning. He threw her out on Mother's Day. That was a personal. That was a personal. And that's a fact. She pissed Weezy off. That's what she gets. Pissing off the bag. Now, yes, Lil Wayne got a couple baby mothers. At this point, you think he want to be married and got to give up half his money and all his success? No, he's just piping these baddies and moving on. You can't hate Lil Wayne for that. He been through a lot. Yeah, baby. It's not easy being a childhood star. You don't know what chicks is real around you. And I can't lie, he got some baddies. Baby mothers is bad. He got some baddies. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. He do. Shit, baby. You know what I'm saying? Word. And look, you know, kids is a wonderful thing, man. If you got the bag and you can do it, you can do it, you know? And that's that. You know, it is what it is. And the smacking you up is why you going back. If he's smacking you up, why you going back? That's a fact. I don't understand. Now, he wouldn't kick his blood out the house. He would never, Ken. That's definitely not his daughter. Word. Yeah. That's what I was trying to figure out, Ken. Was that his daughter because he did violation? He threw her ass out. Word. Nasty. Ken. Ken, y'all hungry today? Y'all hungry? Let's see how hungry. Let's go to this. Let's go back to this real quick. And then we're going to get into Diddy.
After going down 0-2 on their home floor, the Celtics went into New York and responded with a 22-point win in Game 3. You could point to a number of factors, such as the play of Peyton Pritchard off the bench, the shot creation of the Jays, or of course the fact that they made 50% of their threes. And while those all played a major role, my biggest takeaway was their defensive game plan. Most notably, the way they were able to highlight the biggest flaws with the Knicks offense. It's not like they did anything super advanced. It's almost become a custom to match Jason Tatum up against the opposing center so that you can switch against ball screens, and this is unlocked by the fact that they've got the most versatile group of man defenders in the NBA. It starts with Tatum and his ability to play up. He's got the size, length, and strength to hold his own against most centers in isolation, so that's not much of a problem, and the same applies to Jaylen Brown. He's matching up with the biggest forward, where his strength allows him to shut off attacks. But much like Tatum, he can also switch down onto smaller guards and contain them, while Drew's lower body strength allows him to switch up, meaning that the Knicks couldn't really create any advantages off of ball screens. For that reason, they left just about every isolation in single coverage. Instead of loading up early, they'd come with late help after somebody got beat. Then they'd scramble out of that by shifting everybody one pass up and closing out as aggressively as possible to the three-point line. The only time you'd see them load up early was if Horford found himself on Brunson. This right here is just high-level execution, recognizing the mismatch and falling into a 2-1-2 zone so that Brunson doesn't really have a lane into the paint on either his left or right. Then when it gets moved to the three-point line, you've got those aggressive closeouts, not letting the Knicks get any open threes. That was a consistent theme throughout the game. In Game 1, the Knicks attempted 37 threes, in Game 2, they attempted 31 threes, and in Game 3, just 25 three-point attempts as a result of Boston's aggressive perimeter defense. The only guy they would let shoot the three was Josh Hart, and that showed in the way they defended. I mentioned that they didn't really bring help on isolations. Well, that applied to everyone but Al Horford, who was leaving Hart on an island so that he could help protect the paint.
All right, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm going to tell you, the Knicks, I don't think they might win another game, fam. I ain't going to hold you. I think they figured them out. Because after what this guy's breaking it down, I'm really listening to what he's saying. It's kind of true. The Knicks, they shut down the three-pointer. They're not letting Brunson drive to the hole. How do the Knicks score? Come on, they switching up and got Jason Tatum on the big man pushing him out. It's nasty. The Knicks don't win another game. I agree, James.
What it is,
I
baby.
I agree, fam. I think Benzino is right. I think Benzino was right, fam. Look, let's go back to Benzino from last week. He was running his mouth.
You weirdo ass Knicks fans, man. Are you serious? Y'all got the worst colors in the NBA. That orange and blue bothers me. I never liked the colors. Mets colors. Colors whack. First of all, y'all are up 2-0. I bet you not one of y'all, not one Knicks fan, will bet that the Knicks will win in New York on Saturday. Not one of y'all. Not one will bet the Knicks will win Saturday in New York. I'm not worried. Y'all been trash. Y'all been our sons since the 70s. Y'all ain't won shit since Clyde. Salute to Clyde. Y'all ain't won shit since Bernard King. I ain't worried about y'all. Skatem Tatum, Boogie Brown, baby. We gonna be all right. Celtics Nation. Bloody Bean. Yeah.
But you know what? This gotta be the Celtics anthem.
Me and Lil Benzino, we have fun. It's a problem. You know, me and Lil Benzino.
This has gotta be the this Boston Celtics. They gotta come out to this. If I'm the Celtics owner, I'm like, look, it's game 4. We're in New York City. We need to get to these people. We're coming out to this song.
That's a Benzino dog.
Yes!
That's a Benzino dog built just like a frog. That's a Benzino dog. I want me a motherfucking Benzino dog. I don't want a regular dog. I want a Benzino dog built just like a frog. Come here, Benzino dog. Benzino dogs. Benzino dogs.
If I'm the Celtics, I come out to that. Benzino Dogs would be the theme song for the night, fam. Against them Knicks. I don't know, man. Joe, look, let me tell you. Benzino neck having... Yo, and then he got so mad, he tried to call out my boy Ray Ray. He said, and that blogging nigga from New York City. Say, baby. He trying to get at my man Ray Ray, son. That's crazy. Yo, this is the way gambling goes, though. Watch these Knicks pull off this win tonight, fam. Watch these Knicks pull this win off tonight. I don't think so. Benzino Dogs are coming out tonight. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough for them Knicks today. Tonight, them Celtics got them Benzino Dogs out there tonight. Built like a frog. Benzino Dogs tonight. Them niggas, Benzino Dogs is out tonight. Look.
Yo, make this go viral. Share it, repost, whatever you can. But look at this shit. I'm gonna let that sink in a little bit. Just read it. New York is petty. And yes, we are. Okay? We are fucking petty. But to do something like this, where everyone's gonna put on that shirt this Saturday coming for Jason Tatum, because he thinks he's Kobe.
And he cooked y'all. And they cooked y'all that night. That's what I'm saying. I kind of think the media, the New York fans, and I think like they needed to relax. New York City, y'all was too hyped, fam. Y'all act like y'all won a chip. That's how you know the Knicks is trash. Yeah. They act like they won the chip in New York City. They was going wild. They was going, New York. Look, I got it right here. I think I got it. The Knicks was acting wow. They was acting wild, the Knicks. Word. Look, I got it right here. The Knicks was acting up. Y'all thought that y'all won the ring. Here we go. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. I seen this. I had to put this on the gram. I said, nah, these guys are really acting like they won the chip. Look.
Are fucking back! Knicks are here, baby! The Knicks are fucking here, baby! From South Dakota, baby! We're taking it all the way! We had de Blasio, we had Cuomo, it was rough, but we have the Knicks! That's New York! Knicks run New York City! Bing bong! Tell me a little something, KD. Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks? Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks? Let's go Knicks! Let's go Knicks! Let's go Knicks! Let's go Knicks! Real talk, I'm from New York, and you know what? Tom Brady's a Tom Brady, yo!
Get out of the home stand. I'm going to go down there. The next away game, I'm going to go with the outside. I was waiting for it to get a little hot, get closer to June. You see how long the Knicks can last, but they might not last that long. So I'm going to go down there maybe next week when they're on the road with the big screen and go down there and interview some of them Knicks fans. Don't worry, I'm not going to have one of Celtics hats. How them dudes beat me up out there. I might even have a Knicks hat on. Yeah. Because I ain't dealing with them like that. That's a fact. Try going to New York City with a Celtics hat on out there when they're on the road in front of the big screen rooting for the Celtics. You definitely getting beat up by Spanish from Brooklyn or Queens.
Boston! 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 Boston!
Crazy. Crazy New York fans. Y'all are wild. Charles. Yo, Charles. That's what I said. I feel like the New Yorkers, they got Boston. Boston was quiet. They still quiet. Because this is nothing. This is the second round. We expected to get out the round with y'all. Why are we getting hyped for the Knicks? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I put the Knicks outfit on today. That niggas is in my heart, Knicks. But I know y'all bums. I know it. Yeah, baby. Jay Nasty said, let's go, Knicks. Yo, Jay Nasty. Like I said, I'm a Celtics fan, but not by choice because of this. Do we got to go back? Bring him back? Bring it back, y'all, for him? Should we let this guy know right now why it's hard to say go Knicks? Did what he said he was going to do. Now, he said they're guaranteeing that the Celtics come back and win the series 4-3. I don't know, man. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm a Celtics fan. I ran with the Celtics 2007, 6, 7, and 8. That's when I became a Celtics fan. I ain't going to lie to you. I like that Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett team with Paul Pierce and Rondo. Rondo's one of my favorite guards ever. I just love the way he plays. You're born in 75 and up, right? You're on your way out of here. You're approaching 50, 60. The Knicks will never win. You'll be in the casket before the Knicks win. My pops, rest in peace to him. He passes away in September. He got a chance to see the Knicks win. Earl Monroe's his man. He's at the championship game. He's chilling with Earl. Yeah, baby. He gets to see that. Not me. I don't see the Knicks do nothing. All I see is Patrick Ewing missed layups against Reggie Miller. Michael Jordan busting our ass.
Gonna make the play. And it was a scary thing watching the clock dwindle down as the big fella went into the paint area.
The sea opened. I remember thinking, he's gonna score. I drove, laid the ball up.
I'm thinking, wow, this is, same thing is happening over again. We're going to lose.
And I'm watching the ball going up. I see the ball hit Budu.
about 7 to 8 years to figure out what team I was going to run with. So I was still a Knicks fan because you got to remember, after Pat misses that layup, I said, fuck it, the hell with the Knicks. That's foul what they did to us. And that year, this is the year Jordan's out this year. You got to remember, there's no Jordan. Jordan, this is the year he not playing baseball. This is our only shot. This is the only shot, cuz this was the year the Knicks could have won it. Guaranteed, because the team that was in the West, if I'm not mistaken, I think Houston wins it that year. I think. I'm not sure. But the Knicks was beating on Houston the whole year. I'm not sure which team won it that year. I'm not sure. But the Knicks lost. I stopped watching the NBA after that summer. I went and played my own basketball, was running around. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So yes, this is what I'm saying. The Knicks are always in the heart. We see Jordan came back for the playoffs and got beat by Orlando. That's what I'm saying. Nobody was worried about Jordan these years. At all. Jordan came back for the playoffs and got beat by Orlando. That's definitely what happened. All right, so we got about another 20 minutes left. We off them Knicks. We'll talk about them again tomorrow because you know the game is tonight.
Hey, this is Roxanne Shante, and you're watching SHEABABYTV. Please believe it.
Please believe it. That's my girl. I'm going to be playing that a lot, y'all. I like that drop. That's from a legend. Yeah. All right, let's get into this Diddy smoke and then we out of here.
I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thank you for streaming with us. It's expected to be one of the most high-profile trials in a very, very long time. The United States of America versus Sean Diddy Combs, one of the biggest names in entertainment. Combs got his start in music, but eventually became a mogul in the worlds of fashion, liquor, and even reality TV. He was a common sight on red carpets and seen by many as a man who was in control, the master of his own fate. But now, his future will be decided by a jury as he faces allegations of using his power and wealth to sexually abuse, coerce, and exploit alleged victims. He's pleading not guilty. Behind him, a stacked defense team made up of powerhouse attorneys linked to other high-profile cases. On the other side, an all-female prosecution team setting out to convince the jury Combs abused victims and forced them into drug-fueled sexual orgies he called freak-offs, and then allegedly threatened them into silence. We're going to take a deeper look at the jury selection process and how impactful it could be during this case. So many are wondering, how do you find an impartial jury for someone so famous? But before we go there, we want to remind you of the key events that brought us to where we are today, including that disturbing surveillance video first obtained by CNN that shows Combs kicking and dragging then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura at a Los Angeles hotel in 2016. The video surfaced just months before his arrest last year. We'll also break down the 5-count indictment that includes racketeering conspiracy, the most serious charge Combs faces. He has denied all allegations. If convicted, the once seemingly unstoppable rapper and record producer faces what amounts to be a life behind bars after he rejected a plea deal, leaving his fate in the hands of 12 strangers. So what is the burden of proof in the case against Diddy? Here's ABC News Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky.
For decades, he was a music industry titan.
So handsome.
Known for hits like Around the World and launching careers like those of Mary J. Blige and Biggie Smalls and making hip-hop mainstream.
Diddy finally has the key to the city.
With his own record label, reality TV franchises, fashion brand, vodka, tequila, and a cable television channel, Sean Diddy Combs became a fixture on red carpets and in pop culture. Now, the self-proclaimed bad boy for life is facing the chance of life in prison as he goes on trial in New York on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and interstate transportation for prostitution.
Probably one of the most famous people in the world. How does that inform his trial?
If you have been anywhere but under a rock in the last 2 to 3 decades or so, you either know his work directly or indirectly. And a lot of people have a difficulty of separating art from the person. And so will there be, to some degree, a connection of that for people that will be hard to separate? Absolutely.
Combs has pleaded not guilty.
He's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might.
Federal authorities began investigating Combs after his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, brought a civil lawsuit against him. Combs settled 1 day after the lawsuit was filed with no admission of guilt. Ventura claimed in the lawsuit that Combs physically, sexually, and emotionally abused her during their on and off relationship. Ventura is expected to be a key witness for the prosecution.
Is Cassie Ventura the star witness?
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason why I say that is, you take Cassie Ventura's civil lawsuit, you take this federal indictment, and you see so much overlap between the two of
Boston
them.
Cash.
I think it's Cassie.
The trial will also include testimony from 3 other alleged victims who have not been identified. 2 of those victims will be allowed to keep their identities concealed during trial. Combs is accused of abusing, threatening, and coercing the victims to participate in elaborate, drug-fueled orgies with male prostitutes that he called freak-offs.
He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims.
From what we know of the defense strategy is Sean Combs was a swinger, and bringing a third party or a fourth party or extra people into the bedroom in a consensual relationship is no crime.
Yeah, and I think that's the move. When you separate white parties from freak-offs, when you separate criminality from consensual sex that might not be as mainstream as especially the SDNY is, you take Sean Combs, he is in no way, shape, or form the average person in anything. And so why should the act that so many people do between consenting adults be as average or normal for him?
So then is the prosecution's job as simple as, seriously?
I mean, seriously, and listen to them. They didn't sign up for this. Who would sign up for this? Look at the evidence, look at the statements, look at the pictures if they have them. Look at the text messages in close in time about them describing these events.
Federal officers say they found what they believe is evidence of the so-called freak-offs when they raided 2 of Combs' homes last year.
Smash them like buttons, smash them like buttons.
Bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Authorities say they also found firearms with defaced
Spitfire was
serial
goody.
numbers.
There were these raids of his home in Miami and in Los Angeles, guns drawn. Does any of that matter at trial? Or is just the result of all that, the evidence that was collected, what matters?
When you tell, I think, the average person or juror that DHS or law enforcement showed up to Diddy's home with like Kevlar and body armor, I think the average person thinks, well, that's a really bad person. And so whether people want to admit it or not, they're going to infer criminality just based on how law enforcement operated in that. But the tangible should be, to your point, what was recovered.
The defense has tried to keep some of the evidence out, including this surveillance video first obtained by CNN that shows Combs kicking and dragging Ventura in a Los Angeles hotel. Combs' attorneys argued the video had been manipulated, a claim CNN denied. They've also described the video as depicting the end of an otherwise loving relationship.
Is there any way to look at what's on the video and see it the way the defense does, that this is the unfortunate end of a loving relationship?
Yes, but it's going to take some tightrope walking, threading the needle. There's an argument that he is guilty of something, but not guilty of what he's accused of.
The judge decided the video can be used.
Whoever called back!
Combs is incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a far cry from the lavish waterfront mansion
lines are
Combs once
open.
called home.
Sean Combs was denied bail because prosecutors said he intimidated witnesses. Several judges agreed that part of his MO, as prosecutors laid it out, was to intimidate the people into silence. Is that why he's incarcerated?
He's in MDC. He allegedly got a cell phone at some point in time. He was using another inmate's, let's call it for lack of a better term, like a serial number, where you can dial in and use their number so you can't detect whether or not Sean Combs is using that phone or someone else. And it was that he had almost a campaign where he's trying to influence individuals. And I think all of that, the government said, he can't even follow the rules when he's incarcerated.
Crazy.
What rules can we create that when he is out on some amount of bond or bail, that he'll follow those rules?
The jury is expected to be finalized
Crazy
Monday,
nasty,
with the
man.
lawyers closing in on 12 jurors and 6 alternates who will ultimately decide if the mogul who launched major music careers, a fashion brand, and liquor labels will face the possibility of a life behind bars.
Let's bring in Aaron Katersky. Aaron's been on this case since
Nasty.
day one. He's going to be inside the courtroom.
So, today, I think, is day 290 for Diddy in jail. It's crazy. Almost a year. Nasty for Diddy, man. That's crazy. Well, we're going to see what happens. One thing I do say that what that guy who was talking was making sense, and it do make sense. It's like, it's sort of like, you know, if you're charging this man for, somebody just called, I see. Call back. So it's like if you charging this man for, hold on, let me pause this. You charging this man for what people are doing every day behind closed doors is crazy to me. I agree. You know, like we all know that right now Diddy's just nasty for one thing, man, and that's the Cassie hitting her, but he paid this girl. But he paid this girl. This is the thing. Ladies, you got the bag. You got what you wanted. Now leave me alone. I hit you. I was a mistake. He's not supposed to hit her. He wasn't supposed to do that. He's the devil for that. He dragged her. He shitted on her. We know this. But he paid her. Yeah, he can't handle all of this right now. This is too much for Diddy. That's a fact. I don't know who it is that's calling, but they're like calling and then hanging up, you know. So it is what it is. All right, y'all, we up out of here. Tomorrow we will finish everything up with, we're going to stay on the Diddy case, of course. We're going to talk some more tomorrow. All right, they're calling in. Let's take this last call before we get out of here. SBTV Radio, Shay speaking. Who this?
So what's good, man?
Ain't shit. What's going on, my boy?
So, my boy Diddy, I tried to tell y'all. You know what? I'm gonna save that case for tomorrow. I'm gonna call you, yo. When you first get on.
Christian. I don't know. I think he got bad service. If we want, we'll give him another 2 minutes to call back because I do want to hear what he got to say. But yeah, Diddy, he's got a lot going on. You know, he got too much to handle. Like Spitfire said, it's too much. Sam, what's good, my boy? Shout out to my man Sam. What's poppin', my man? Baby. 100%, Sam. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Christian ain't calling back. Tomorrow we'll finish all this up, and we're gonna stay on the Diddy case, and I'm gonna see what's going on too with Lil Wayne. I like this Lil Wayne thing. I want to stay with that because I think Shorty's trying to cash out on my man Weezy. We can't allow that. We got, you know my slogan, protect the goats. Shit, baby. 100%. Shout out to JD Kids too, man. Yeah. Facts. All right, so we up out of here, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good looks for pulling up. It's another day, another dollar. I got a few things going on, so I'll be outside for a couple of hours. You know, big week this week. Got some things going on. We're getting closer to the summer where I'll be running around outside. Shout out to Bowling in Harlem. Shout out to Clash TV. Shout out to Dykeman. 100%. Dykeman. That's my other tournament, too. I ain't gonna lie. I like Dykeman a lot. But you don't even got to say it too much. People already know Dykeman's the vibe. You know, you go in there, smoke blunts, you know, watch some good basketball. You know, the hood is outside. You know, sitting front row in Dykeman is like sitting at the Garden. You know what I mean? That's good work. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby, y'all. 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 J baby, y'all.
The vibes. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on. If you like all the hip hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shea Baby's bringing to the table, make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes.